brought to you by our friends of the British Council. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rugby Wrap-Up. Matt McCarthy at the Fantasy Sports Network, Studio 34 here in New York City on West 35th Street. We have another dandy for you today. We have Alie Ramage and Mr. Pat Moroney in the studio. They are more winners of the Friends of the British Council / Aviva Premiership scholarships that'll be taking them to England for training as a player and a coach respectively in March. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, so Alie, briefly for the folks at home, if I'm not mistaken, and correct me when I'm wrong, because I will be wrong, you were born and raised and still live in Ledgewood, New Jersey, right? Senior at Roxbury High School in Secaucus, New Jersey?
Yeah.
All right, Secaucus, New Jersey. You play for the Morris under-18s since 8th grade.
Yeah.
And you're the captain this year.
I am.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
You've played for Atlantis, the U18 girls, since you were in 9th grade. You played at the Las Vegas Invitational with them, and you'll be on your 10th tour with them?
Yeah, Las Vegas this year will be my 10th tour.
Wow, that is awesome. Meanwhile, Pat, you're from Dirty Dublin in Ireland.
I'm from the north side of Dublin. That's correct.
Oh, the north side, which is the clean side.
Which is the better side.
Of course it is. I don't doubt that for a second. You now live in Monmouth County, Red Bank, New Jersey, to be specific.
That's correct.
And you are the coach and founder of the Christian Brothers Academy rugby program.
That's correct.
And they're doing great stuff down there.
Yeah, we have a huge program. We have about 70 boys playing right now. We've got up to about 90 a couple of years, but this year we've got 20 seniors. So it's an exciting school and a really great bunch of kids to coach.
Well, yeah, it's like a campus down there. And I went to high school in West New York, New Jersey. We had a parking lot in a cinder block building, and there wasn't any rugby, but there is now in Hudson County. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about the fact that you guys are going overseas. It's a big, exciting thing. Friends of the British Council. That's why you're here on our Community Corner piece. Alie, your plans for next year have Clemson University, but what if you go over there and you get an offer to play professionally?
I don't know. It could change my mind.
Mom's around, so you better be careful about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did you earn the scholarship?
So I tried out a couple months ago at CBA. I was actually the only girl at the tryout, and I tried out with about 30 other boys. So yeah, it was really fun, really fast-paced tryout. And
yeah, we were there for that. It was your school that was having the
we
session.
We hosted the event. Yeah, it was fantastic. We had coaches in from the UK, which brought all the athletes through their paces, and it was great for Alie because she turned up, wasn't intimidated at all, put in a performance, and walked away with a scholarship.
Yeah, that was incredible. And I was like, who's the kid with the ponytail running around? No, that's actually a girl with the ponytail running around. But that's a credit to you because there was no drop off in skill or anything like that. So that's kudos to you.
Thank you.
What do you mean to take out of the scholarship?
I really want to learn like a new style of rugby. Last year in Vegas, we had 2 girls from England play on our team, and like they had really crisp passes and like just a completely different way of playing. So I want to adapt that and like bring that into my skills that I have now.
Yeah, when you start, well, you started what, 8th grade?
Yeah.
And tell us how you got into rugby.
So my sister started playing about a year before I did, and like I always swore like I'm never going to play rugby. It's not the sport for me. And then she brought me to a couple practices, and actually at a tournament down in Maryland, they were down a couple players, and they called me down. I started in my first game barely knowing anything.
If I'm not mistaken, you got a call from the captain when the team was already down there, and she asked you to come down. You had one practice under your belt, and you, your dad, and another player drove down to join your mom and your sister down there?
We did, yeah. So one practice under my belt, I was just told, Tess Fury was the captain at the time, current USA Eagle. She told me to stay with her and just follow what she does, and I fell in love with it ever since.
That is awesome. Pat, you hear a story like that, a little different how you were introduced to rugby.
Yeah, a little bit, but I was not a lot older though, or I was not a lot younger. I started playing when I was 12. Met a kid who didn't go to the same high school as me and said, come to our local club, play rugby, and been with it ever since.
And how long have you been in the States?
Been in the States 17 years.
And you were an old blue guy for a while.
I was Old Blue, and then I went
All
to...
is forgiven.
Look, I'll tell you, that was when the Super League was going. And, in my first year in America, I got to see San Francisco, San Diego, Chicago, Denver.
Pretty cool.
It was like literally my first year in America, and I got to see 5 or 6 cities right away through rugby, and it was superb.
And you got to go to Paris.
I did this past summer. I did with Atlantis.
Wow, that's just incredible. So, your favorite moment in rugby to date is what?
Oh, that's hard to pick.
This is a game show, and you're going to lose the right to play for the new car.
Definitely Paris last year was an amazing experience. I got to play with some girls that I've been playing with for 4 years and play from teams from India, Sweden, France, and it was incredible.
Do you have one player that's a particular person that you look up to?
My sister.
Your sister?
She's definitely...
That's awesome.
Thank you. She's a really hard worker, really dedicated, and she always makes me want to do better.
Pat, when you're coaching players and you're going to get somebody that has more experience than the next, something like this with the scholarship from the Friends of the British Council and the Premiership, what does it do for a player like this to experience that and then come to your team?
Oh, look, what you want is as rounded an athlete as possible. So, for Allie, I think this is going to be such an incredible experience to see a different culture, to see how, Allie's going to see like the community programs that the Friends of the Premiership Rugby run, like the HITS program. We're going to go into the community. Like, we're not just going there for rugby, we're also going to see what the rugby culture is like. So for Allie, she's going to be able to walk away from it and bring those community aspects back to America and really see the holistic nature of rugby and how rugby is a cradle to grave sport. It's not the idea
cradle to grave sport. You heard that.
You don't drop into it, as an athlete and walk away. Like an athlete like Allie can stay in the sport for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
And already she, like we were speaking just earlier, she's friends already all over the world now. So what's it going to be like after this? You'll have more friends from all over America. It's going to be superb.
Allie, what are your goals in rugby?
I do want to continue playing in college. I hope to be a collegiate All-American. I do want to try playing after college, if my body allows me to, obviously. And then later on in life, I do want to be a coach.
Do you have more of an inclination towards 7s or 15s?
Definitely like 7s a lot better. I like the fast pace, a lot more open space.
And Eagles on your radar?
If I could, I'm working towards it.
All right. Excellent. Pat, any final thoughts that you wanted to cover?
No, I'm just really excited. I'm looking forward to the experience. I'm looking forward to being exposed to high-performance environments in the UK. It's really exciting that Friends of the British Council and Premiership Rugby has given us this opportunity. And the fact that this isn't a once-off, that they're staying involved in the community in America. We're going to see more of these Premiership Series games in America. So it'll expose more and more athletes and coaches to the professional game. And I'm just excited to see this develop.
That's great. I mean, it's just great to see this happening, and kudos to both of you for accomplishing what you
Thank
have.
you, man.
Thank you.
All right. On that note, we're getting yelled at by our producers. That's it in this segment. So I appreciate you guys coming on behalf of Alie Ramage and Mr. Pat Moroney, Matt McCarthy for Rugby Wrap Up. The Studio 34 Fantasy Sports Network here in New York City, signing off.